Hi YouTube, I hope you're doing good. I am, I'm all right. Um, ugh, I had the weather on this morning and then sometimes I'll catch a part of what the news is saying and they have a study I've noticed like mainstream media like once a year and their new study about liars was like would they say 55% of the people lie 4 times a day and like uh 40 some percent can spot a liar and most of the time and it left a few percent or I don't remember the exact percentage of everything, but it was they were saying like half the people lie 4 times a day. I can't remember 4 lies in my adult life, you know? What is this that they are trying to and then the media woman, yeah, I just lied last night and she was talking about how she lied to her kids about she was burying a rabbit and told them it was just something else or something to so it wouldn't be traumatic or you know I don't even know then, it's like whatever. But I mean just making it normal, like the normalcy of being a liar. And why would they bring it up on the media? And I've noticed now it's been every year you can I probably have a video last year talking about the media saying that we're all liars or something like that it's called. And I remember doing it and I've got like a lot of videos. I hate liars. I'd rather die than lie. That's my life motto, you know? It's like, yeah, no. So anyway, yeah, I've had that on my mind and I walked out into the Doug was making some kind of truck deal with a friend of his. And I did say, well, it's nice that you would let him make payments, and I don't even have a vehicle to drive. If he's off gallivanting or whatever, and something happens, oh, well, too bad. And no, if it was an emergency, sometimes I'd be better off if I could drive myself or, if somebody else was hurt because I might be faster than the ambulance, you know? But I know it's just the principle of the whole thing. But anyway, so he was making a deal with this guy, and I didn't know. He said the guy owed him money, and the next thing I hear last night, he owes some, and then Doug tried to get me in the conversation. He's like, Barb's right. I shouldn't leave her here without a truck and um because this guy had offered to come and help me if something were to happen to Doug, because Doug was telling him the other day that uh how do you word that? Oh, like he felt like he was gonna die or something in the guy. And I told Doug, you just tell all your friends, if something happens to you, number one, I'm not even telling anybody and having to even make any kind of arrangements in my business with everything after that. I definitely would not want anybody he knows around me when I'm alone at all. Not, some of them I can trust, but and they might even like me too much. And that's a lot of the problem, too. It's like, no way, that is not going to happen. Yeah, I told Doug, I said, if anything happens to you, um, nobody's gonna know about it. I don't want anybody knowing about it, but then they'll read it in the paper anyway. But I just hate liars. I walked into the living room and heard him say, um, trying to kind of back out of it because of me, and I really didn't even say nothing. It's not like that. But he's gone today and didn't leave them keys. Sure, it isn't uh um insured right now, but still for an emergency sake. So that isn't what's going on. And this is the same guy that was saying, "What about that girl?" and who was laying over on his couch and different things. So it's like there's something up. He's like, yeah, he's gonna stop being friends with this guy. Um, because of his shady business dealings, but it's not like that at all. And this friend of his does have God in his heart. And anytime something goes wrong like this, I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, he's on meth and whatever. It isn't like that. Something more is he's not on meth. He's done drugs in the past, but no. He's going through a lot of health things like with carpal tunnel surgery. He got shot right here, and it took a few years for it to heal. And he literally ended up handicapped because of it. And so I don't know, but he's pretty sharp still. It isn't quite all like that, but I don't know, just weird stuff going on around me lately. And then me walking in on the stuff that you can tell when a conversation changes when you come into the room. And then I was in the kitchen and Doug brought the phone. He's still talking to the guy, and he's like, Barb's right here, Dave wants to say something to you. And I said, just get away from me and leave me out of your business dealings. you know and I looked at him, leave me alone, you know because there's something weird going on, and they're all weird. So yeah, it's terrible. And then I turn on the news. The first thing this morning I see, well, not the first thing, I saw the weather. I went and made some coffee and fed the kitties and all the stuff, getting stuff ready to start the dishwasher. And um, I hear this that most of the people lie 4 times a day. Is that fucking right? What universe? You know? Yeah, there is no other universe. There is other cosmoses. You know, I don't know. I can't prove what I'm saying anyway. Who can? You know. I don't hate liars as much as I used to, but I've had too many people that are dishonest destroy my life, you know? And no, I didn't destroy it by myself, because if you're not a liar and you're involved with liars, everything they say, you never know. You can have a whole conversation based on a lie, and they're just sitting there thinking that you're the dumbest thing that God ever created. That's what happens, you know? It's like, yeah, no, no, thank you. I'm so sick of all of it. Oh, but anyway, I don't know if I'm going to get interrupted or not. No clue. And that's okay either way. I got some fuzzies sticking up today. It's raining out. I don't even know if I'll be able to upload this, but my hair wants to curl. When it's shorter, it is much curlier. So, oh no, that's something in the back. But yeah. Or wavy. It's just wavy anyway. Yeah. So I don't know. I haven't been able to get it out of my mind all day now. It's like freaking liars. Everybody lies. And it's unbelievable. Or yeah, everybody does, but how about us ones that don't? And we have to sit here and witness all this. No, what I my point is they're trying to normalize lying and make it acceptable. Everything that uh, we hold of value in life, standing on our principles, they're trying to take and warp what those principles are and normalize things that are destructive to human beings. So it's like, you jerks. And I'd like to rattle their cages like you wouldn't even believe, just thinking on it. Maybe not the second they said it, I'm sitting there looking at them like, and you're actually somebody's parent, huh? Wow. In dealing with liars, can you just imagine the ones that you've caught them in, the ones that we haven't caught them in? you know, Not to make your day any worse, but it is true, you know. Carrying on full conversations for many years on uh, uh, conversation based on lies, just like the government. Yeah, normalizing. And it is a political, it's a spiritual thing. It's spiritual war. That's for damn sure. How stupid can people be? I think is what the name of this scripture is. Let's see how long they'll believe this one is the first chapter in it. So that was Genesis. Yeah. Let's see the second chapter. What would that be called? Dang, we were able to lie a lot longer than we thought. In the third chapter, let's think about this one. Wow, they really think Revelation hasn't happened over and over again as they laugh their butts off. Yeah. We need to write a really good epilogue. Something like, and they never thought they'd be hung upside down in the village square. you know, there's a revelation for them. you know, maybe not for the rest of their lives, but just for a little bit, just to show them that we could. Because I am sick to death of peaceful, honest people being pushed into things that aren't their nature. You know, it's like, and I get pushed and pushed and pushed, and then I'm gonna snap. It might not be on the person that I want to snap most, and actually, even if I did, the people that have caused me the most harm could care less. In fact, snapping on their ass would make them feel better because they'd feel justified then. Because, see, that's who you were all along anyway. And I was just bringing that out in you to show the whole world that you do get pissed off, you know? But it's still weird what's going on with that truck and everything. And I don't really even want it. I don't care about it like that. And that really isn't even the issue anyway. But I have a satellite for my phone and computer, and if that does go down, and I would be stuck with no nothing, that could be a problem, you know. But still, you know, I don't know. It's just weird because I hear all these things about other people, and like I told him the other night, he was talking about people, and it's like, and what do you say to them about me when I'm not there? Because when you're in front of them, you act like they're your friends, and when you're not, and I'll walk into the room, and he'll be having a conversation with somebody, and then start talking real tough, like he's like swearing and shit and vulgar, and I'm like, and they put up with it just to do business dealings with them. It's like that's just too much, you know. That's really about all I have on my mind today. It's just kind of a gloomy day, and um, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. What's everybody doing? Is your Wednesday as like, I wouldn't call it like entirely rotten, but it's just weird. I don't know. I got this. I saw Brucey's all and other people. Well, Bruce's community, he had written that um he wakes up with like this feeling, or every day has this feeling that something is, gonna happen, and I do too. I really have, but it's been a while, like about 5 years now, and it is more an exciting feeling. I agree with you there. Some people have real anxious feelings about it, but I am more excited about the feeling about what's going on too, because like excuse me, uh I don't know, there seems like all of a sudden something's gonna, maybe things won't go back to normal, but maybe it'll be better than normal. That's what I'm hoping for. I hope that because it does seem like more and more your average person out in the world is starting to take a look at the bigger picture, and even the sciences that they push, and they lead people to believe that if you don't have a doctrine in something, a piece of paper, which a lot of them do purchase by even paying people to take college course tests for them, and fudging the numbers, and oh yes they do, and they're trying to teach the average person out there that your mind could no way even perceive anything they're saying, when in all reality, a lot of us are far smarter in a lot of areas, or many areas, and they really, really try to push it like, well, we have this piece of paper that says that we have the right to control the whole world because our universities say so. I don't quite see it like that. First, the individual person in that area would have to prove to me beyond a doubt that they could, if you know your science well enough, or your art or your craft or whatever you do in your life, if you know your area of expertise that well, you should be able to convey it to the youngest person, and instill some kind of understanding in anybody. If you know something that well, you should be able teach it, you know. But I don't really see that as, you know, it's more these, what they call scientific minds putting out a statement and saying this is the way it is because we say so. Excuse me. And it doesn't matter if it's logical or not. And if you can prove with logic that they're, even like in physics, if it doesn't make sense, if you can prove with logic why it doesn't, and that is science when you can um, do an experiment over and over and come out with the same result. That isn't true with what they're trying to push. They don't have proof of results that are like tangible. Like we can just look at it and say, you know what, that does make sense. What they're trying to push, the lies that they're pushing on everybody, especially like within the economy and the economic forum and all that crap, that people should be concerned out of their minds, maybe not out of your mind, but concerned down to your toes with what these freaks are going to try and push in our society. And did you know that um, Biden had administered uh, the army from China that if civil war breaks out in our country, he is going to bring in or talked about bringing in their troops to defend the nation, whichever side. I don't know what a communist. Who would the commie go after in our country when we're all from here? You know, it's like I don't see that. I want any red Chinese coming in and getting involved in between parties or um, parts of the country or whatever they think they're going to do to try and divide people. Uh, no, we don't bring our enemies in to defend or to attack any citizen in the United States. There are foe, there are enemies. They're not our adversaries, neither is Israel. As a matter of fact, get the hell out of here. Just because some public servant welcomes you in our country doesn't mean we do, because we don't. The whole world doesn't like you, and you know it, and you know why. It's not because of the control of the money either. Money plays very little part in what their control system actually consists of. The media and the school system and those type of oh, war machines that are being used against the youth. That's probably the biggest weapon they have at this point. That's why I do really believe that it's so important that none of us shut up. Just keep talking. Don't be quiet for anybody, you know. Say what's on your mind, and if you see something that's going to endanger your loved ones and your family, say something about it. Tell people, you know. We have to. We have to make sure they know that they may be able to, like on TV, keep playing their political games and everything, but there's got to be more people that are stepping up in our local governments, and we can govern ourselves. We do not need them, the corporation, taking all of our social security numbers or whatever birth certificate your country uses, and for their monetary system and writing out bonds, gold bonds, government bonds, with your actual number on it that they purchase behind the scenes that you actually own. That concept is called Nasara Gasara, which is almost, oh, not almost, all, also found in the scriptures. I don't recall which chapter or verse right now, but you could look it up. It pretty much how it spelt, how it sounds, or and you might have heard it before. And President Kennedy wanted to, like Trump, run the country as a corporation, but to give the um, holdings, the earnings from the invested, give the profits back to the people. And that's why they hate him. That's why they hated Kennedy, because Kennedy started talking about running it as a corporation, not for Washington, D.C. itself to go around, but for the people to have a better life from the riches from our trades and from trading, foreign trade, and that type of thing. And they have done nothing but used foreign trade against us. The same with the military or NASA or different um, sects of the government, different branches, if you would, that take our money and don't produce what they say they're going to produce and actually can't. And I suppose they could come up with some kind of tangible proof that the money went where they said it was, but there's no way that they can literally prove that. And we all know that, there's no money in Fort Knox. The Federal Reserve is bankrupt, you know. Well, there are ways out of that. And, um, yeah, opening the pipeline would be the number one, and not purchasing oil from other countries and not selling our reserved oils or giving it away. I still haven't seen any paperwork on the oil reserves, 12 million gallons that China purchased from us, you know, might be more than that, you know. But yet they're going after some ex-president and putting all that up in the news, and that doesn't make any difference, you know. None of it really does. But they're skirting the issues. They're making it so no matter where we turn, we can't really prove anything. Do you? And even though, and even then, I will write this letter, and I'm going to basically tell them that I've been telling people on media outlets, platforms, that our government does not care about us. They never have, and I will prove that. And if they do take heed in what I say about children that are wards of the state or adopted children and that type of thing, not having the right representation as a citizen. And even I still want to know how many citizens were adopted out of our country. And if so, do they have dual citizenship? And what happens to their social security number and the bonds that are purchased with their number that belong to them, that would go back to the state if nobody knows anything about those types of things, you know? And that's what I'm going to tell the Social Security Administration in February is I want my share of what has been commissioned on my behalf without my knowledge of the bonds that have been purchased in my name when I was young, when I was born, until now. I want it in all one lump sum. I don't want your monthly payment. I've got a different attack for these people, so we'll see how some of my ventures go. And wish me luck, you know. Yeah, I hate liars. I hate them. There's no reason for it. I don't care, you know, like one way or another with things. I really don't care. And I can deal with anything. You know, um, I could say, well, it hurts my feelings more when somebody lies to me. It all hurts either way. If somebody's a dirty dog, like shady like that, it's all painful. I just would rather not have it around me in my life, you know. So, and I really did actually in my life. I have walked away from many riches because I couldn't stand the bitches, you know. So yeah. Well, I appreciate you all joining me, and I don't know. What do you think? Does everybody lie? Am I the only one that sees that it's kind of terrible that one lie, one word out of place in a sentence could lose somebody their life? Am I the only one that sees that this lying crap? Even the people that say they're another gender, you're a liar. Stop your damn pretending. Enough with your baby bullshit. Go play with your G.I. Joes and your Barbies and shut the fuck up and get out of here. I don't care who you want to pretend to be. Keep it away from the kids. Moron. Liars. Freaks. So anyway, I think today I'm going to pretend to be a grandma. Oh, no. I'm going to be grandpa today. I think I've done this before, but I'm grandpa today. You know, anyway, creeps. They're all liars, you know. Don't buy into it. I know that's that old intuition thing, you know. You get pretty good at it when you get a little older. I think in your 40s and 50s. That's probably why you're all so tired. Don't fret, my loved ones. It'll go away when you get a little older. You'll resign yourself to the feeling like, yes, it hurts, and I'm tired because the world isn't all it's cracked up to be, and we're really not supposed to love this world. I mean, respect it and respect the people in it, but our love for God should be far more because we have eternal souls. We're immortal, you know. And that's the biggest thing. They really do not want you to realize that. It's okay if you think you're going to come back as an insect or you're living a life in a parallel universe, but they really don't want you to know um, that you can live in peace, that your life and you will have a glorified body. The promises of God is what they want you to ignore, you know. So, and that's, you know, keep your armor on, you know. Yeah, it's all we can do against all this chaos, you know. So, all right, everybody, I love you and appreciate you, and have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace.